If we watch all 8 Harry Potter movies back to back, that is, over the span of a little less than 20 hours, we will see our favorite wizards grow up right before our eyes.
Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter! I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
Ron Weasley.
Pleasure.
Remember how movies 1 to 8, the Potter saga gets progressively darker as more adult and violent topics are explored? In an eerily similar way, the tone of on-set issues the Harry Potter cast and crew went through over the years of filming darkened significantly as well. Emma Watson was on the verge of quitting the franchise. Beloved actors quietly battled cancer. Mythical goblins turned into very real sex offenders. In other words, you'd better stay seated for this one. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more Rumour Juice magic. Now let's explore the inevitable behind-the-scenes Harry Potter tales that saw the light of day in interviews or news headlines. As we all remember, the characters in Harry Potter start their adventures at the age of 11. What happens when you put a lot of kids in one place? Most likely an outbreak of head lice, the most common problem that schools also face. The filming of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets had to be postponed when children and adult actors alike started scratching their heads on set. Of course, everyone was checked and treated before the filming resumed. In contrast, here's the issue that the Harry Potter franchise ran into when the Deathly Hallows Part 1 was released. There was a rather adult-oriented scene. Yeah, that one where Ron Weasley hallucinates Harry and Hermione embracing and kissing. No body parts were shown, but it is heavily indicated that the pair are actually nude. Lots of parents weren't too happy about this moment in the movie. But then again, 10 years on, Harry Potter had long stopped being kid-friendly. Oh, and our favorite Ron, actor Rupert Grint, was kicked out of the room when the kissing scene was being filmed. The Golden Trio, Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Grint, became great friends thanks to Harry Potter. That's why Grint found it weird to witness Emma and Dan kissing.
But yeah, I mean, it was 4 takes. It was over pretty quickly. And yeah, it's over now.
Eventually, Emma Watson had to kick him out of the set for all the disturbance.
Hey.
You complete hard-boiled Weasley! You show up here after weeks, and you say, hey?
One of the first heartbreaks the universally liked Hermione Granger actress, Emma Watson, ever experienced while filming Harry Potter was when her pet hamster Millie died. Emma must have been 10 or 11 at the time, but she honored Millie in her speech as she accepted her Britannia Award at the age of 24.
Rest in peace, Millie. This one's for you.
At least we now know that Millie got a proper send-off. The set decorators built a custom-designed velvet-lined coffin for the tiny Fluff. Emma's other heartbreak was caused by Draco Malfoy. We mean Tom Felton. In a 2011 interview with 17, the actress revealed that she used to harbor a huge crush on Felton during the filming of the first 2 Harry Potter films.
Emma actually recently said that she had a huge crush on you.
Very flattering.
And she was like, we talk about it now, but she said she couldn't walk on set without getting googly over you. I mean, did you know that?
I wasn't. I mean, we're going back a few years here, but no, not really.
Who wouldn't? Felton was slightly older, had a skateboard, and had that bad boy image.
Let's vote on it. Those in favour?
Imagine a young Emma Watson checking their filming schedules to see if Tom would be coming in for work that day. The feelings were not mutual, as Tom saw Emma as a sister figure.
And then eventually, we became good friends, and we can laugh about it now.
But the hamster and Tom Felton episodes weren't the ones that almost made Emma quit the role of Hermione. It was because she wanted her normal life back. By the time Watson started doing the 4th movie, her filming schedule was so terrible she felt like a prisoner. I get told what time I get picked up, Watson confessed in 2010. I get told what time I can eat, when I have time to go to the bathroom. Every single second of my day is not in my power.
No one goes for the first audition they've ever been to in their entire life and then makes those movies for over a decade.
No, it just doesn't ever happen.
That doesn't happen.
While Harry Potter himself, Daniel Radcliffe, was never on the verge of quitting the series, he dealt with the immense pressure in his own way.
It was probably around the time of the 4th film that I kind of started to realise that I was Harry.
Over the years, Dan has opened up about the drinking problem he developed while being the face of a huge franchise. It got so bad he drank every night. I have a very addictive personality. It was a problem, Radcliffe explained to Heat magazine. People with problems like that are very adept at hiding it. It was bad. He never drank while on set, but he did have days when he would come in while still hungover. I can point to many scenes where I'm just gone, dead behind the eyes, Dan confessed.
Let's celebrate. Who's thirsty?
Mr. Potter, you know very well we do not allow alcohol on these premises.
Don't worry, it's just butterbeer. Is it?
Radcliffe also had the stamina to try his hand at different projects while still on Harry Potter. In 2007, for instance, he was involved in the West End revival of the drama Equus. As the main character, Radcliffe had to appear nude on stage, night after night. Overall, Radcliffe talks pretty openly about his past issues or questionable behavior, including having slept with a number of his female fans.
And then there was also a woman who tried to proposition me through. She sent me a letter that said, I'm in town for the weekend. I was like 18 or 19 at this point, and I'm in town for the weekend. I'll be staying in this hotel room. I'm coming to see the show on such and such a night.
I was always very nervous about the groupie thing, Daniel told the Mirror. I like to like somebody before I sleep with them. You know, you're gonna have to talk to them afterwards, even if it is a one-night stand. We're happy to say that Daniel has quit drinking and has been in a long-term relationship with fellow actress Erin Dark.
It is just like the joy that person can bring to activities that, like, if they weren't there, you could be doing the exact same thing and it would suck.
The thespian world in Britain is famously small. This can lead to some really awkward situations. So get this. Professor Gilderoy Lockhart cheated on Professor of Divination Sybil Trelawney with none other than Bellatrix Lestrange. In normal speak, the story goes as follows. Kenneth Branagh was once married to Emma Thompson. The golden duo of the British cinema appeared in several renowned movies together, like Much Ado About Nothing, Look Back in Anger, Dead Again, and Peter's Friends. While they were still married, Branagh went on to direct and star in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It can be said that he started both the new project and a new love affair with co-star Helena Bonham Carter, which, as is widely believed, ended his marriage with Thompson.
Your skills, after all, are legend.
Very well.
So how was it starring in the same mega franchise as your ex-husband's ex-lover? In 2013, Emma Thompson sat for an interview with Sunday Times. She described herself and Bonham Carter as slightly mad and a bit fashion-challenged, probably the qualities that made Branagh fall in love with both of them. The actress went on to say that she just didn't have the energy to hold on to something that happened in the past. Helena and I made our peace years and years ago, Thompson said. Classy and professional. Another example of high professionalism was displayed by the excellently cast Minerva McGonagall, that is, Dame Maggie Smith. The actress was diagnosed with cancer in 2007 at the age of 73. She underwent chemo and radiation therapy as she was filming Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Like a true Gryffindor, the actress powered through feeling nauseous and dizzy during work. If you haven't heard of it, it's because Dame Maggie Smith doesn't talk much about the grueling and very personal experience. I think it's the age I was when it happened. It knocks you sideways. It takes you longer to recover. You're not so resilient, Dame Maggie said. She was reported to have made a full recovery, and although she's wary of taking up theater roles, she still does movies. And we can enjoy her performance in Downton Abbey, one of the most well-received period drama television series ever.
Exactly.
Tragically, not all Harry Potter on-set stories are about full recoveries. In 2009, Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double, 25-year-old David Holmes, was preparing to film the Deathly Hallows installment. As he was rehearsing a flying scene that involved an explosion, he was flung into the wall and broke his neck.
What happened, I was rehearsing Harry Voldemort sequence for the Deathly Hallows, and it was just a rehearsal that went wrong, and unfortunately I had my injury.
The accident left him paralyzed from the torso down, with only limited movement in his arms and legs. And yet, as David recalls, his first thought was not for his own well-being, but about bothering his parents. My first thought was, don't ring Mom and Dad, I don't want to worry them, David says. And his immediate fear wasn't about not being able to walk again. It was all the other stuff, like not being able to dance again or have sex. But the injury didn't break the stuntman's spirit. He was determined to emerge a winner in these dire circumstances. He is taking up driving a modified race car, has launched a podcast that helps people with similar injuries, and now resides comfortably in the automated home of his dreams. David fondly remembers his pre-injury days on the set of Harry Potter. It was an amazing experience. The cast and crew were like a second family, and I remain in touch with a lot of them to this day.
He's a real good boy. I'm very proud to be a part of his life and to see how he's progressed as an actor.
Like David notes, the Harry Potter cast and crew formed lifelong friendships in the span of 10 years. But it's unlikely that they remain in touch with actor Nicholas Reed, who portrayed one of the goblins in the movie. In 2010, he performed a sex act under a juggler's hat, on a train, in front of a teenage girl. Every sentence makes this story worse. The 17-year-old victim said in a court hearing that she felt trapped sitting next to Reed. She was courageous enough to report the incident to the police. In 2019, Reed exposed himself at an amusement arcade by pulling his trousers down. Really not helpful career-wise. Reed wasn't the only Harry Potter cast member who had a serious run-in with the law. Jamie Waylett portrayed Draco Malfoy's lackey Vincent Crabbe in 6 out of 8 Harry Potter films. Fans were confused when they could no longer spot the prominent Hogwarts bully in the last 2 movies. Here's what happened. In 2009, Waylett was arrested for marijuana possession. He allegedly had 8 bags of cannabis in his car and had more marijuana plants growing in his family home. The lad was ordered to pay a fine and serve 6 weeks in a correctional facility. He also lost his job as Crabbe. 2 years after the marijuana incident, Waylett was again arrested in 2011 for participating in the infamous London riots. There was photographic evidence of him holding a petrol bomb and drinking from a stolen bottle of champagne. This is how the real-life Vincent Crabbe found himself in prison. We've talked about Harry Potter-related injuries, riots, alcohol problems, and it's time now to talk about a financial scandal.
How am I to pay for all this? I haven't any money.
According to his former agent, Devon Murray, who played student Seamus Finnegan in all 8 films, was a joy to work with, but he failed to fulfill his contractual obligations, which resulted in a massive commissions fee. Murray ended up paying close to $300,000 to his former manager.
Bit of a nasty shock for him when he found out.
Note that previously, the actor bragged on Twitter about spending all his money on drinks, cars, and girls. Whoops. Tragic, cringe-inducing, funny real-life stories won't make the Harry Potter universe any less magical. But now we know a bit more about what went on behind the scenes. Which is your favorite Harry Potter-related story?